yours.
Thank you so much to my colleague, distinguished colleague from Georgia. And this is such an important day. We have reached day one of Obamacare exchange being up. And if you look at the chart that we have up, very similar, Phil, to the one that the congressman from Georgia, the same chart that you are showing is what North Carolina is seeing today. For any North Carolinian who is going on the website, it is not ready for prime time. I rise today to talk about the failures of Obamacare and why we have persisted for so long to remove this terrible law. It is law. We get that. We understand it. It was upheld by the Supreme Court. However, it is a bad law. It is bad for America. It is bad for the economy. It is bad for health care. And as it is right now, it will not be improved. There's no way that we can change it, that we can improve it at this point. The exchanges being up, 32 states that are showing the same screen to those who are going online, those who have been promised this exchange so that they can check and see what kind of coverage they will have available to them. This is what they are seeing. Coupled with the government shutdown, which we all tried to avoid with every effort possible. There again, the Senate not cooperating with us, the President staying committed to Obamacare going forward when we know the structure is simply not in place. You know, Mr. Speaker, I ran for office a couple of years ago. I was elected in 2010. My whole goal has been to repeal Obamacare, because it is not only, again, devastating to the American people, to our economy, but to health care itself. When you've devoted your life to something and you see that it is just being taken apart in front of you, you know that you have to act. Nevertheless, here we are, day one Obamacare, day one failure. 3.5 years, countless administration officials have testified before us in subcommittee hearings in Energy and Commerce over and over and over again. The question has been posed to them, will the exchanges be ready October 1st, 2013? Repeatedly, consistently, we heard from administrators of those agencies, yes, we are right on line. Everything is moving completely the way that we would envision it to move. Yeah, there may be some glitches here and there, but we are ready to go October 1st. And this is what the American people are seeing.
If the gentlelady will yield to me just for a second, I'll yield right back to her. Even the Hispanic language website is not available to these people that need to get that vital information. The website for the Hispanics is down.
You know, and that gets to the greater point. The gentleman points out this objective. When President Obama put it forward back, you know, I go back to the summer of 2009. I was not in any position ever considering running for office, working as a nurse with my husband in his general surgery practice, trying to take care of the patients back home. And when we were learning about what the president was proposing, we said, you know what, we just can't simply sit back and watch this happen to us. We have to speak out. Because there were many in our medical community who said, you know, this is wrong, this is wrong. We know that there are reforms that are needed. We know that we have so much to fix in health care. But this approach, this government takeover of health care, is only going to lead to socialized medicine. We know that. And that's not a winning health care system. Not when you have the best health care system in the world. So we did. We started speaking out. We got out on the road. We talked to people. We explained to them how dangerous this was. The very conversations I was having then are being realized today. The fears that we were discussing, the issues that we were discussing about where this would take us in healthcare is now being realized. The quote that's on the chart, "The system is down at the moment. We are working to resolve this issue as soon as possible. Please try again later." That is what the people who are in need of health care, that's what they're reading. And for the hardworking taxpayers of America, that is what you're paying for. A complete and total failure of the federal government. We agree, the system is down. That is why we fought so hard for a delay. That is why we felt that that reform was a very essential piece moving forward. That is why we're fighting today for every American to have the same health care coverage, the same options that we in Congress have. Every American should be treated fairly. Every American should have the same opportunities as everyone else. You cannot just simply hand out waivers to those that you pick and choose. You know, when big businesses have the ability now to have that mandate put to the side for a year, why does the individual who needs it more than anyone, the one who's going to that site looking for health care, they can't even be helped by that right now. But meanwhile, we're telling them, oh, and by the way, you're going to pay for this. If you're a young adult male in North Carolina, your premiums are going to quadruple. If you're a young woman, your health care premiums are going to triple. That is who is going to pay for this, and the system is down. It isn't even working. As my colleagues and I have been saying over and over again, this law is not ready for prime time, and it never will be. It is unworkable. It will continue to remain, and for months again, HHS, IRS, CMS, all of these agencies have repeatedly said that when today comes, October 1st, it would be up and running. I do want to share with you just one of many, but one phone call we received today from one of my constituents, Rachel Burt from Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina. She called our office and spoke to one of my staff, and she was emotional, she was concerned, and she was afraid. She said, "My husband's premium is going up 155%. We are shocked. I am on maternity leave, and I am afraid to know how much mine will go up. I'm sure the letter is on its way, though." In anticipation of this poor woman is waiting to receive that information. And what she said was, Obamacare seems to be nothing but a punishment on those who are trying to do the right thing. Rachel, I can't agree more. That's what the problem is here. That's why we're working so hard to fix it. We will remain committed to this issue. We will continue to pursue a delay. And by the way, we will continue to pursue avenues for health care coverage that really are truly affordable, that really do give more coverage to Americans, that really are patient-centered, such as the RSC plan, the American Health Care Reform Act that members of our own conference worked on, 8 members to be exact, to give the American people a choice other than this failure on October 1st of Obamacare. And with that, I yield back the remainder of my time.
Mr. Speaker, I thank the